your
My
grandpa?
Centers is a blacksmith. And he had all kinds of blacksmith equipment, and he told me lots of things, but I didn't have sense enough to remember them all. He made that pair of snippers that we got that I'm gonna give to Mark. And Grandpa used to sharpen all those WPA's tools. Their punches and different chisels and things. He used to sharpen them for me. And he showed me more times than one, and I never tried, I was too young to have sense enough to remember. But he showed me how to take metal and either put it in a hole in the ground or in a bucket of oil or in a bucket of water, depending on the metal that he had. Just temper it.
Okay.
And
what did he use to sharpen them? The different.
hammer.
Really?
Yeah, he put it in it, and I've cranked his blower on many a time like that. I used to do that.
Oh.
And he'd get it hot, and it had to get to a certain color. And then he'd take his hammer and his anvil, and he'd sharpen it that way. And he made my dad a set of tires for his wagon one time. And with it, he just took a piece of flat metal. They had to buy the flat metal, and he put that in a round circle, and when he got it right where he wanted it, he welded it together.
That is amazing.
Now, the way he welded it together was, he had to get it to a certain color, and then he'd put it on his anvil, and he'd start beating the two of them together. And you absolutely could not tell where he welded it when Grandpa got done welding it. I've looked at many a time, and I had no idea. But it's the old iron wheel wagons that he made that for. But people back during that time, when I can remember, they were building a 10-killer dam to Lake over there. And Grandpa has walked all the way over there and back.
Oh my goodness.
To work for something. But most of his, they'd bring him tools, and he sharpened the tools for them.
Wow. How far of a walk was that?
Oh, probably 8 or 10 miles.
20-mile walk a day plus doing the work?
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't sound like any grass grew under his feet.
Yeah.
Well, none of you all had to work so hard.
Yeah. But Grandpa he'd shoe horses. And if an old horse would start trying to kick, jerk his foot, Grandpa would take that big old rasp he had, and he'd whop, hit him in the ribs, and that horse would quit right then. And he'd go on, put shoes on the horse then.
Oh my goodness.
He had to make the shoes to fit, because they bought just any kind of shoes, And then he made them to fit. Lord,
It's a dying art, isn't it?
I'd give anything if I knew that, but I don't. Now, Mark, like I say, Mark is studying that. He's got quite a bit of it down. And I want to do something to kind of push him on a little bit, give him the clippers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's this story about an Indian baby? Or a baby, I don't know. Woodpile, is that their...
My grandma Centers, it was her, I don't remember, it's just her grandpa, I guess. They lived over by Devilton, Arkansas, and they had just a shack over there, and they didn't have glass for windows, and it just had shutters. and they heard the Indians coming. He was out getting wood for cooking for the cook stove, and he heard the Indians coming. He ran in the house and told his wife, says, "You're going to have to load for me," and because he figured there's even for a war there.
Yeah.
But these Indians was with their poles dragging them behind the horses, and they went right on by the house, right on by that wood pile, and later they kept hearing this baby cry, and that baby was wrapped in furs, skins.
Yeah.
But he finally told his wife, he says, "I can't stand it any longer." He said, "I know it's a trap," but he said, "I can't stand it any longer." He says, you leave this door, or I can
run back in
if I need to. So he went out and got the baby, and they had a milk cow, and they had milk in the house, and they sat up the rest of the night taking turns feeding that baby.
And it wasn't a trap?
Just listening, it wasn't a trap.
Wow.
And they went on, and I know that I've got quite a bit of Indian in me, and if you've seen Kathy, she shows a lot of Indian. My mother showed a lot of Indian, and Grandma was, well, you don't know if that baby was a half-breed or a full-breed. Most likely it was a half-breed, but nobody knows.
What happened to the baby?
They raised him.
I was also going to ask if it...
Yeah, they raised the baby, and they named him Johnny Poor. Their names was Poor, P-O-O-R, and that's the name that my grandmother was, Poor.
Okay.
And they named that baby Johnny Poor.
So was this on your maternal?
And Grandma's or
yeah.
mother's side, yeah. And this old grandpa, when they come around doing the checking to see who was needing a roll call or a roll number or something, he said he about to get my name on there. Said if the Indians don't care any more for me than that, I don't want nothing to do with them. So there was no roll number from ours. Had there have been, we would have been, we could use it.
Same with my family. Yeah. We don't have roll numbers either. So so was your grandmother his child?
No, it was his son's child.
Oh, okay. So that was, your grandmother's grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
About what year you think that was when they found him?
I don't have no idea. I don't
know the range of like the early 1800s or something?
It probably had to have been in there, yeah.
That's something.
Now we've got pictures of Grandma's dad. I belong to the Ancestry group.
Yeah.
And I've got pictures of him.
That's probably about as far as back as they recorded photos.
Yeah.
At least in the...
I've tried to find farther back and I can't find it.
Yeah.
Some of the names they got was, they went on burial certificates.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way they did a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's always intrigued me with Gulford Center was Grandma's. Gulford Centers was Grandma's dad. No, that was Grandpa's dad. His name was Poor. Grandma's name was Poor.
And that would have been this.
It had been this guy's dad. Yeah.
Interesting.
It is, and I just wish there was a way that I could know more.
Yeah.
Grandma told me, but she, never had it wrote down or anything.
Yeah. Yeah. What other stories you got? You remember telling your kids stuff?
Well, I remember telling them about my dogs.
As you was growing up, or?
Yeah, I had a little, or his mama's little dog, a little Cocker Spaniel.
Your mama's?
Yeah, a little Cocker Spaniel. And that dog, it didn't matter where I went, why I was going, or what it was, that dog was with me.
You remember its name?
Trixie.
Was it blonde or black?
Blonde.
Or blonde, yeah.
And I shot a squirrel one time. And she seen it land, and it landed in its own branch.
Oh yeah, John. Yeah.
It went to the bottom of this little hole of water. That little old dog went down and got that squirrel with that little tail.
Yeah, they don't have much of a tail. Do they dock their tails? Or are they born like that?
I don't know. I just don't know.
I would be inclined to think they dock them, but I don't think I've ever seen one with a long tail, so I don't know.
I've never seen one with a long tail.
So it makes me wonder if that's interesting.
Well, that dog's I guess it was one of her pups. Kathy, or I guess it probably Kathy, give that one of the pups to our kids.
Oh.
And up there in Nebraska, it's cold out, but I had the screen door open before he could get in out of the snow. And she just kept barking. And I got the broom, and I went out and hit her with the broom, and she died. She had a heart attack. She didn't die because I brought her back. She's dead, but I brought her back. Scared me to death. I just knew I was in all kinds of trouble.
Oh, no kidding.
But I carried that dog. I know it's cold. Oh Lord, it was cold up there. Snow on the ground. And I carried that dog and I'm pumping him or pumping her like this,
Trying to bring that.
And I got her brought back.
You did?
I brought her back, and she laid for 2 or 3 days. She just kind of lay around. Finally started coming out.
Oh, Papa. Oh, goodness. What was that dog's name?
But all I hit her with was a broom.
What was her name? Do you remember? No. That's something. Now that
I knew I'd be in all kinds of trouble now if something happened to the dog.
Yeah.
So here I am out there in the cold pumping the dog, and I didn't like that dog anyhow.
I was gonna say, if you couldn't have brought that dog back, what would you have told your kids?
I don't know. I wouldn't have lied to them. I know that, but I don't know what I'd have told them.
Oh my goodness. You see, there was something else. There was another particular story that I was supposed to ask you about, but I don't remember now what it was. Let me stop this. Let me look it up.